Hey everyone, Mr. VanNoord coming to you live from Google Classroom, going over today's assignment, December 1, the people and culture of Latin America. Here's what it is. Today you're going to be learning about the history of Latin America, how the culture of Latin America was kind of formed, who were the key people that had a hand in influencing and impacting, what those culture traits look like today. We'll talk Native Americans, indigenous people. We'll also talk about those European groups that colonized those different parts of the region and why different parts of the region act and behave the way they do today. Okay? So the directions today, okay? You're going to watch a short video right now. Again, that's optional. You can start, stop, skip through it. If you want to watch the 3-minute video on Hispanic Americans, that's a good one to kind of give you a brief overview of how Latinos grew up, the heritage, what they valued, and what they feel to be important in reference to their culture. That's a good one. I'd highly recommend watching that. But the first part of this that you guys are going to complete is step number 3. You're going to read through and look at the Latin America PDF. That looks like this. What types of information are you going to see on that PDF? Again, colonization piece. Think of those superpowers from Europe, those countries like Portugal, Spain, France, England, the Netherlands. They came to the New World. What places did they discover? What places did they colonize? Portugal, big in Brazil. Spain and its settlers set up shop in a lot of the different countries here that you see. France, England, Netherlands, you can see the ones there. It's also going to cover the languages that were spoken in those places. We know Spanish is huge in Latin America. Some of the other languages and the places that spoke those languages. The Native American impact. This section will talk about all those indigenous people and how they lived their lives. It'll talk about their farming techniques, how they built roads, their medical knowledge, their education, how their system of government worked, okay? What they did and how that contributes to the way things run today in present times. Last part of the PDF is covering the religion of Latin America and how that affects the way people worship today. Your job after looking at those pieces of information, you're going to fill out some guided notes. Okay, there's a guided notes section on a Google Doc. There's also a guided notes section on the Google drawing sheet that I have. Here's what the Google Doc looks like. You're going to fill this out using the PDF that I just showed you. I would have them both up in separate tabs. Okay, if you look, there's headings. There's also headings on each of these sections. Okay, so if I wanted to fill out ancient civilization information, I would go to the ancient civilization part of this. Okay, when did the Mayans claim power or have power? The Mayans were an ancient civilization existing from 2000 BC until the 1690s in the Common Era. I can go back and right there I filled that information in for you. Okay, go through each one of those civilizations, go through the religions, fill in those blanks, and then make sure to hit turn in. The second part of the guided notes is the Google drawings. The Google drawings are right here. Your job, do the colonization of Latin America first, color code each of those superpowers, those countries that were having influences in those different places. The second part, color code the languages that were spoken, where were those languages spoken according to the information on the PDF. If I look at the colonization first and I go to Portugal, I know Portugal and that country had a huge effect and impact on Brazil and the culture there. I color coordinated using the scribble tool. Portugal in green. I then outlined the country where it had the biggest effect. I would then go down to Spain, color coded blue. Where did the country of Spain have the biggest influence? Venezuela, Colombia, all those different countries. Boom, I outline them all in blue there. I would keep going using different colors for France, England, and the Netherlands. The second map, okay, and it's just showing South America. The second map, you're doing the same thing. If you want to use the same colors, that is fine. If you wanted to make, hey, Spanish because of Spain up here in blue, you could do that. Where am I going to find this information on the languages that were spoken? You're going to go to that second slide. Spanish in Venezuela, Colombia, yada, yada, yada. Scribble tool, pink, outline those countries. Go on to Portuguese. Again, we know it was big in Brazil. The maps should look pretty similar. As always, hit turn in. If you have questions, feel free to email me. Good luck. Have fun with this. Thanks.